welcome back to One Closer to Success. We are interviewing MaoMaoFCM. Uh,
Hey everyone.
and all right, let's start off with the first question. All right, so tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
All right. Hey guys. My name is MaoMaoFCM. If you guys haven't heard about me, pretty much run a pretty small channel called MaoMaoFCM, and I mainly talk about height stuff and how to grow taller with shorter parents. I do upload different things every once in a while with basketball and fitness as well, which are some of my other passions. I'm 20 years old right now, and I'm from Australia. That's pretty much a brief intro about myself.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Just working through everything, working through uni, working on my next video.
So, what are you studying at uni right now then?
I'm currently studying physiotherapy, so physical therapy. So pretty much like, I'm sure you guys know what it is. So physical therapy, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
So,
Yeah.
Go on, Marco.
So, what would you say your biggest accomplishment is? Like, let me give you an example first. Did you
Yes.
play any sports or won any accomplishment in that sport or overcame anything in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, I feel like sporting is definitely not one of my strong points. I did play basketball and I did take it pretty seriously, but I never really got higher than the local level. But I say my biggest achievement is being able to find little sparks of joy in life, even through a lot of different adversity, and being at peace with myself and being happy just by myself. Yeah, because I definitely struggle with that a lot growing up. So yeah.
Yeah, Ronan, your camera is very blurry, but wow.
That's it.
What made you start a YouTube channel and who gave you the inspiration?
Good question. I started my YouTube channel because of my good friend Professor Jax. He's appeared in a few of my videos before, and yeah, he started the YouTube channel before I did, and he showed me the ins and outs of YouTube and how you can eventually turn it into a career if you do well. Um, and that's really just inspired me. I wanted to like do something like that. I didn't want to just graduate, work a 9 to 5, and just I wanted to do
Yeah.
something a bit more interesting. Want to inspire people around the world. So I chose to
Exactly.
start my own channel.
That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful.
Do you intend on like
Um,
monetizing your content in the future then?
Yes, I will monetize my content in the future. I actually am already monetized on YouTube. Don't know
Wow.
if you guys noticed, but yeah, do you see the ads coming up every once in a while?
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Okay. And I want to ask, since you do like sort of height videos, you do intend on doing like some sort of coaching or anything to do with
Yes.
that, yeah.
Yes. Only because a lot of you guys do ask me questions in the comment section. Oh, these are my parents' height. I'm this tall. Can I grow taller? I'm this old. I'm doing this, that. As much as I would like to help every single one of you guys, these comments just don't give me enough information about yourself for me to be able to figure out your situation and tailor a program to you. So in the future, I think I might definitely expend some of my time to tailoring like a questioning system where I'll have you guys send me questions, send me like how tall you are, your parents' height, your age, your sporting history, and a lot more information than that. So I can get a gauge of where you are with your height and how tall you can be and what I can do to help you guys the best. And that's what my paid program is most likely going to be around. Yeah.
I have a specific question on the height. So, what specific foods, like fruits, vegetables, did you eat like on a daily basis to grow that, at that
Yeah.
height
So
fast?
good question. Well, as boring as it sounds, I ate a lot of eggs, literally a lot of eggs, drank a lot of milk, and on top of that, I supplemented with calcium tablets as well. So it was definitely a calcium overload, um, and definitely a lot of meat as well. I had a lot of meat growing up, and vegetables as well. So pretty much a really balanced and relative healthy diet with a surplus amount of calories.
Great. So how much calories do you think you, on estimate, like I would say you were bulking, right?
I was bulking, but now I'm
Yeah.
cutting. But back
Yeah.
then, when I was trying to grow taller, yeah, easily I say 5,000 calories a day, 4 or 5,000.
1,000.
So I
Oh,
mentioned it in my very first video actually that I ate about 5,000 calories. And I would trade
That's
my own lunch.
crazy.
I would trade my own lunch to my friends, which I usually just bring like potato wedges, like those little potato wedges. And my friends really like those, so they give me like a lot more food for like a really like small amount of food. So with one packet of potato wedges, I can trade for like a sandwich, a curry bowl, and like just a lot of food. And I feel like that's definitely helped me as well.
that is something I've never heard of that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
steal your friend's food, guys. Steal all of your friend's food that they don't want.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So, yeah, going with the workout, what's your
Yeah,
like advice to like beginners?
with with regards to working out, my biggest advice for beginners is to definitely eat enough protein. That's where literally why I started. Just eating enough protein, you will
Yeah.
see the gains coming through, and then you will want to learn about all the other stuff. So yeah, eat enough protein. Biggest advice.
Okay.
And
Wow.
what sort of workout did you do? So,
So pretty much just a push pull leg split. Pretty classic, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did we ask you this before? Um, no,
I
we
don't
haven't.
think
What's
we.
your hmm?
No, we're on, I think, the fifth question now.
Okay. All right. So, what's your obstacles with your height journey that you might have faced?
Obstacles, definitely my knee pain during my growth spurt at 14 to 15. Ostrich ladders. It caused me actually. A lot of you guys comment in the comment section saying that I suffer from extreme pain. I totally understand because every time I jumped, it literally felt like my tendon was pulling off my bone. It felt like the bone would crack. That's how much it hurt me. But yeah, definitely that was one of my obstacles, and
That's
just
scary.
eating.
That's really scary.
Yeah,
Really.
it is quite
I can't
painful.
imagine that.
Hmm.
That's
And
got to be
yeah,
excruciating.
yeah, so it was quite excruciating, but you find your way around it. And also with eating 6 eggs a day and drinking a lot of milk and not being the most lactose tolerant person, you can imagine my toilet definitely went through quite a bit of suffering with my growth spurt. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the most important factor to increasing your height, would you say?
um, I say all three of the factors that I commonly talk about play into each other. So exercising will give you the bigger appetite to eat more food, eat more nutritious food, and it will also help you sleep better at night. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, pretty much they all play into each other. I say you can't just have one without the other.
And cardio, what would you say about the importance of cardio and what sort of cardio would you
Cardio,
do?
okay, cardio is I cannot stress how important cardio is for growing taller. When you're younger, cardio is gonna help you cardio is gonna increase your appetite for food, and especially high intensity cardio, it's gonna help you sleep better as well as your cardiovascular system gets fatigued and your respiratory system gets fatigued. Your visceral systems get fatigued because you're burning a lot of calories. That's going to help you sleep better. And when you get older, cardio is going to help you regulate your body fat percentage to maximize your growth hormone secretion. So no matter what stage of puberty you're at, cardio is a must if you want to grow taller.
Yeah, so a lot of people do complain. They do talk to me about it as well. Like, they can't eat this much calories because of that. So
Yeah.
you would still grow the same height if you were to burn those calories, then eat more.
Sorry, I don't understand the question. Can you repeat it?
How do I sort of word this? I don't know if my logic's kind of like flawed here, but so let's say you were to, the only reason you ate 5,000 calories is because you exercised during the day.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I wanted to clear up.
Yeah, or else I wouldn't have the appetite to eat 5,000 calories. I would literally just be stuck at 3,000 would be probably the max I can push. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, how long was your growth spurt? Like,
I don't exactly remember, but I had three massive growth spurts. So one was from when I was 11 to 12. I think that one was pretty big. It's about, I don't remember exactly, but 5 inches, I say. And then 14 to 15, after I picked up basketball, say another 4 inches. And then 16 to 17, as I progressed with basketball, I think I grew about another 1 to 2 inches. So these are the 3 growth spurts I can remember, but I probably grew, like slowly during other phases of my teenage years as well that I just didn't notice really.
It's just bro, I can't imagine growing 5 inches. Bro is a giraffe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it your bones do get quite painful, and it's not something that a lot of people can tolerate very well.
so yeah, weightlifting, that's a common discussion that many people talk about.
Very common, especially in my comment section. I'm sure you would notice at least a comment asking me,
Yeah.
"Oh, Mao, does calisthenics help me improve height? Does weightlifting help me improve height?" Well, weightlifting at an earlier age will, at least this is my theory, because weightlifting increases your testosterone secretion, and in female, obviously, estrogen, progesterone secretion. That's gonna, bind to your growth plates and have your growth plates close earlier and have you enter puberty earlier. So that's what we want to avoid. We want to enter puberty as late as we possibly can. So yeah, I say leave weightlifting to 16 to 17 and then start. That's why all of the gyms have like an age restriction on lifters as well. So you can't just be 12 years old and just pull up to a gym and start lifting in there,
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard that before. I'm kind of glad you
it's got
talked
a
about
lot.
that.
It's got a lot to do with your hormones and your hormone secretion and hormone optimization. Very interesting topics.
What supplements do you recommend at all times throughout the day?
Okay, very good question. First, obviously, vitamin D and calcium. So, believe it or not, pretty 100% of the population are vitamin D deficient. So supplementing vitamin D definitely helps. Supplementing calcium, supplementing magnesium to help muscle relaxation and sleep, promote recovery. Supplementing definitely fish oil can help. Yeah, other than that, I say that's probably all the supplements I would have taken if I were to relive my teenage years. But in my teenage years, I didn't really have access to all this knowledge, so I only took calcium tablets. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Tonga Ali.
Yes.
That's a new
Tongat
one.
Ali. What did I say about it last week? I think it increases your testosterone, but not to a great extent. So I think you can take it, but it doesn't. In my opinion, it wouldn't have as big as an effect as ashwagandha, which have shown to help improve sleep. So we want to base everything back to exercise, sleep, and food. So you want to eat more food, sleep better. What's going to help you eat more food and sleep better?
Ashwagandha, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing that they say about you'll feel emotionless, you'll feel this, you'll feel that, it's kind of BS.
Emotionless?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like if somebody's on ashwagandha and they try to ask somebody out or are in a relationship and they break up, they're not as emotionful, you know?
Right. Okay. I don't know. I wouldn't invest too much belief into that without the support of scientific literature. And I don't think there has yet to be a scientific literature discussing whether or not ashwagandha makes you more emotionless. So yeah, I think it's fine, ashwagandha. Yeah.
How does the milk you drank and how much milk did you drink that affected your height?
The milk I drank was full fat milk, because full fat milk, more calories, because I was hungry anyways. And I say about at my peak, I was drinking about almost a liter a day, but later I just had to like drop that to about 500 milliliters a day, because a liter a day was just way too much milk. Yeah.
That's
A lot of protein in that,
you
isn't
okay,
it?
Ronan?
Yeah. Good.
Does. Very good for you.
Ronan's camera just went out, but okay.
Yeah.
It's just a connection issue. I don't know why it's doing that.
Oh, okay.
But on
Suppose
my
because we're
screen,
from
it can.
three different.
Yeah. 3 different countries.
Okay, cool.
They're
Yeah,
really
I
far
suppose.
away.
Yeah, 3 different continents. 3 different continents.
Yeah, you're right
Exactly.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very glad to be doing this podcast. So it's like it's an honor to have you on here.
Yeah, it
no.
was kind of hard with all the time differences.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised we can, still whip this up together.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much exercise did you actually do in a day? Like, because you said you got
Yeah.
over 2,000
Continue.
calories more
Ask you.
from just being able to
So-
exercise. So yeah.
Yeah. So, one misconception about aerobic exercise is that you only burn calories during it, but matter of fact is you burn more calories once you get out of it, especially high intensity ones. So one intense basketball session, like for 2 hours, will burn you like 1,000 calories, but people don't talk about it. So I say how much exercise I actually did. Well, on the weekends, I would literally go outside and play basketball at 12 and come home at like 7 or 8 o'clock. So 8 hours outdoors. And during school days, it was just practice an hour in the morning, like an hour of recess and lunch together, and say another like 2 hours after school. So like 4 hours a day during school day. So yeah, I think I definitely overdid it. If I was to relive my teenage years, I probably would have done less. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with where everything is.
That's Wow, that's a kind of insane. 8 hours, that's a full day of school.
Yeah, people don't believe me when I say that. When I say like I exercised a lot and I ate 5,000 calories, but I really did. Yeah.
Yeah, when I first heard you say that, I was like, 5,000. You know,
Yeah,
And like
it's
that,
5,000 calories is a lot of fucking food.
it is. It is. Heaps of food. Heaps and heaps of food. I can't imagine how I used to eat that much.
So you're telling me your parents used to go food shopping like every 2 or 3 times a week?
Oh yeah. Yeah, easily. And I would eat all of my friends' food as well. So like I said earlier, they would just bring their lunch to school and some of them just throw it away. So what I do
yeah.
is I just stay next to the bin, and then whoever tries to throw their food away, I just intercept it. I'm like, oh, you're gonna throw that away anyways. Like, can I have it? And they'll be happy to give it to me.
Love that. That is actually,
Yeah, I
that's
was a
actually good, you
weirdo in
know.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely the weirdo in school though. Like, just the kid standing next to the rubbish bin.
I mean, you're rewarded for it, so
Hmm.
what's your goals for the future then?
My goals for the future? Good question. I would like to achieve a better physique, graduate my degree, find a job, and definitely grow this channel to, I say my next little milestone would be 20,000 subs, and then 50K, and then 100K, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And what's your best accomplishment so far?
Best accomplishment so far? I feel like it's coming to terms with myself, and being able to, with the help of my parents, purchase my first property at the age of 20. I'm really proud of that. Took me a lot of saving, barely went out when all my friends were partying, barely bought any new clothes, saved up, and yeah, pretty happy with
Yeah,
that.
it's a really good
So you
accomplishment.
do real estate.
Yes, you can say that.
That's really cool. Isn't that very hard to do? And you need a lot
Yeah,
of money
it
to do
is.
it.
It is. It is pretty difficult, but I feel like a lot of the people spend money on like pretty useless things nowadays. I feel like if you really just cut back on your spending, like work hard, save money, I feel like anyone can, yeah. But I do understand some people move out at a young age. I do have the fortune to live with my parents even after 18. So yeah, it really depends on different people. And before I had enough money to buy the house, I was investing in stock in the stock market, investing in index funds, in exchange traded funds. So yeah, just been a pretty big fan of, I say, finance since a young age.
So, would one of your goals be financially free in the future, would you say?
Absolutely, absolutely. I saw the hardship that my family went through growing up in Australia, migrating to a different country. Um, would there were times we would yeah, we would struggle with money a lot, and I don't want to have that situation with my future family and my future children. I want them to be able to grow up and pursue their passion without having to worry about money.
Love that.
It's beautiful, dude. It's beautiful.
So you've lived in Australia all your life then?
10 years, and I lived in China for 10 years.
Hmm. How was it in
So
China
yeah,
then?
China is actually not as bad as some of you guys think. You do well. You do have to be careful with what you say with the government. I think that is true. But other than that, I feel like it is a very it's a very like fun place. Like there's a lot of fun places to go. There's a lot of like delicious food everywhere. There's like everyone's really friendly. You can, have a lot of friends, talk a lot of, talk a lot of trash, and you can pretty much do everything you can do in Western countries in China as well. It's just, with the political differences, yeah, sometimes people do say that there's a lack of freedom of speech there. But I guess this is like a freedom of speech everywhere because there are certain things you're allowed to say in different countries and certain things you're not allowed to say in different countries. I guess it is what it is. You know, we're all different,
Yeah.
but we're all same at the same time.
Yeah. We're just coming towards the 30-minute mark now. Do you want to
Yeah.
carry on for a little bit longer, or do you want to?
I'm happy to carry on for a little longer if you guys have more questions for me.
Yeah, just let me know when you're running out of time then.
Yeah.
Okay,
No
so
worries.
what have we? We went through these quite fast, didn't we? Because when we had a discussion
Yeah,
before, didn't we? We were on there for like a solid hour, weren't we, Mao?
yeah, we had, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, basketball. How's I wanted to ask about that because I play basketball occasionally as well. Like
Yeah,
I'm not too bad at it.
I
What would you
freaking
say?
love basketball.
Yeah,
I love it. It is my favorite sport. I say I'm equally as passionate about bodybuilding now. But yeah, basketball has a special place in my heart, man. Like just like the romanticizing of, you know, being the high school athlete, like, you know, dating the cheerleader, you know.
Yeah.
I think every young man went through that phase. And it's definitely a very important phase of life. I feel like you shouldn't miss out. Yeah, but I freaking loved it. Like the commitment, the sportsmanship, the teamwork, the you know, the fierce competitiveness, and every single aspect of it. Yeah, it was great. I took it so seriously.
yeah, because it's also pretty good for height. I would also say.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Great sport for height. Great sport for height.
I mean, you're always jumping, you're always reaching. There is no such
Exactly.
thing as stopping in the sport.
No.
I used to play basketball, so I know what it's exactly like in your shoes. But
Yeah.
I did not used to play the hours of what you used to play.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I had a like obsession with basketball at one point.
Yeah, it was like the mama mentality for you.
Yeah. No, I was nowhere close to Kobe though. Same, just like pretty average at basketball.
yeah,
You know, 6'1", 6'2" is not that tall for basketball. Like I couldn't have gone any further with basketball. And at 6'2", I played center for my team because all of my friends are like 5'7", 5'9". So yeah, I had no option but to play center. So I didn't really know how to dribble the ball as well. But yeah, that's probably why I didn't take it further with basketball.
yeah. And the importance of stretching. What would you say about
Stretching
that?
is absolutely very important as well. What stretching does is helps you release your muscles at the end of your daily activity sessions. So you'll be ready the next day for more. So, like I said earlier, everything that helps you exercise better, that helps you sleep better, will be ideal for height growth. What stretching does is it allows you to exercise more and prevents injuries. So that's going to help you exercise better, which will lead to more growth.
Mhm.
And what would you say is the most efficient sort of way to go about your exercise? So what if there's a single most best thing you could do?
Single most best.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to sound boring. I know no one's going to do it, but literally stand on top of something and then jump off and then land. That's it. And do that repeatedly for like an hour a day.
Is that
So I
sort of
know that's, yeah.
plyometrics, is it?
So that's,
Yeah,
no, it's not plyometrics. But plyometrics are definitely good because you're sort of doing the same thing where you're getting up high and you're landing. But the best thing to do is just stand on top of something, jump off, climb back up, jump off, climb back up, jump off. That's going to load your bone. And I think that's probably the most important movement to do. But you can incorporate it into basketball to make it less boring and volleyball as well and plyometrics training, like you said. So, yeah.
And I don't know if you've done a lot of research into sleep.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the best tips for getting more efficient sleep?
I actually do have quite a bit of research into sleep as well, because
Yeah.
I wanted to sleep better. I wanted to sleep more. So first things first, avoid screen time an hour before bedtime. So reduce your cortisol levels. I think that's really important. I say even the last hour of your night, like do something that doesn't stress you, but like doesn't involve video games. So say something like reading a book, or like just like playing with some, I don't know, action figures or something. But yeah, avoid doing schoolwork, avoid video games, avoid social media last hour before you go to bed. And also just sleep hygiene. So make sure the blinds are closed and there's no light shining through, and make sure the room is at a good, like colder than usual temperature. So that's gonna help you sleep better. And yeah, it's pretty much just go to the toilet before you go to bed. And also exercise throughout the day will help you sleep better anyways. So these will probably be my main tips with sleeping.
So, okay, I've lost my. Give me a second. So, if testosterone makes you during puberty, would you say that's a good thing?
During
Like, you should,
puberty, testosterone secretion is a good thing.
so you should be aiming to maximize that during puberty then.
Yeah, because even if you don't do resistance training, well, testosterone is already going to be running rampant through your body anyways. So resistance training at that point will help you secrete more human growth hormone, which is what we want. And testosterone, well, more testosterone is always better in puberty. But before puberty, we want to, like I said, keep your growth plate open as long as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, video games.
No, I like this.
Mm.
Yeah, because
No,
we talked
video
about that
games.
before.
Video games, yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Nah, I've started to dislike video games myself as well.
Mm.
What would you say is the negatives of that then?
Well, video games. I've seen, personally, I've seen, countless young men like around me just fall into video games like at the age of 20, 21. And I think it's scary, like 22 even, like some of them still like just choosing to work a minimally paid job and just living with their parents at the age of like 22, playing video games
So bad.
every day at home, and
So
just
bad.
eating's out of whack, out of shape. Like, yeah, I've seen video games ruining so many young men's life. So I'm just like, heavily against it. Increase your cortisol levels, reduce your sleep quality, reduce the time you have to go outside and do exercise, and yeah, like I said, that leads to reduced appetite. So you have, yeah, just have a bunch of useless young men.
What other things would you say would stunt your growth that you definitely do not recommend to people trying to grow taller?
um, Eating excessive junk food. Um, yeah, so eating excessive junk food, video games, and just avoid. Honestly, just don't stress. Yeah, if you stress, your cortisol levels increase, and that's gonna reduce like your height. Personally, I barely had stress growing up, so I think that's definitely one of the factors that contributed to my height as well. A lot of people talk about masturbation in my comment section, asking me if that's gonna reduce height. I don't think it does, only because masturbation really has no effect in your hormones. But I do strongly suggest that you limit your exposure to pornography.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst drug in the world.
Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, say that's it. Yeah.
It's a good thing not to do it, in my opinion, because you have this. You become to have this aura and
Yeah.
it's an attraction to a lot of people, and it's a magnet to everybody. That's what I've
Yeah.
realized at college. As on, no fab, it's easy, very easy to get somebody's attention, and it's fun. It's cool. It's nice. My voice is a little
Yeah.
raspy.
I agree. I think porn have definitely ruined lives.
Oh yeah,
of many-
oh yeah,
many
oh
young men.
yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all the factors that's going to limit your height.
And processed food, because I've seen a little bit on that as well. I'm not sure if there was any
Yeah.
comments on that, but diet is really important.
Processed food, depends, because some processed food can actually be somewhat healthy. So for example, like cans of tuna, like we all know that's processed, but it's actually got a lot of healthy fats and like good protein in it as well. Well, the fish might have died in an unethical way. Depends on if you support it or not. But I personally, I'm not really personally like worrying about how the fish died. But yeah, I like tuna cans as well. But processed foods like chips and stuff and chocolates, definitely want to avoid those confectionaries as much as you could. Yeah.
Okay. Mark, do you have anything to say?
I actually have a question for the two of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So, well, eventually, I would like to expand my channel. And as you guys may know, that constantly making videos about height, it's only going to get me a limited array of audience, which I'm happy at the moment. But eventually, I do want to, make more interesting and more entertaining content for you guys. So, where would you guys like to see my channel go from this point on?
Since you're sort of doing...
What do you think?
Oh, go
on. What sort of content do you think will help me attract, make people want to watch my channel?
I think it's more the platform and what time you post. It's not about the content. I mean, everybody wants to learn about height. Everybody wants to learn. Everybody wants to learn. Start posting more on TikTok, YouTube Reels, Instagram Reels. Everybody watches that because TikTok is very addicting. So they go on Reels, something like TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's what I would advise you to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything from you, Ronan?
So you said, obviously, the way you're going about it is really smart. You don't show how smart you are, but you are really smart. Because you've used your...
I'm glad you think that.
You've used your content to sort of have a small niche that people are looking for, right? Specific people want this specific content, which has grown your channel quite well. But there'll be a point where there's not enough for it. So I would gradually branch out to different topics. And since you're training to be a physiotherapist, you can go more in that route. Or you can talk more about testosterone, since people are trying to increase that.
Hormone secretion,
And the proper in-depth. It won't get as much views, but you can talk about the in-depth explanations, because I don't see much of that.
Definitely, that's one of my interest areas as well. I'm really interested in the human body, the hormones, how one hormone regulates other hormones as well. So definitely I can look into that in the future.
Because if you've been looking at YouTubers on these sort of topics, it's mostly the same sort of advice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
if
you're coming from a unique sort of point, I think that could help you. Because if people learn something new and not just repeating the same thing, then you might get some more views from that. But what I'm trying to say is just increase your topics one at a time. Don't go too out there. And then
all right. I will still keep posting my height videos because I do have quite a few there's always things to talk about in height. I'll tell you guys what I'm planning to do in the next few months. So obviously more height videos coming. And I'm not sure if you heard about True Height, but it's a supplement company where they produce gummies and stuff to help kids grow taller. They've actually sent me some of their product. I have it right here. I'm planning to do a review on that and how that, if I think that's going to help you grow taller. And I'm also planning to help one of my good friend transform his height as well. So I feel like that's going to be very interesting to a lot of viewers. And I'll share with you guys how exactly I'm going to transform his height.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way of going about it as well. True gummies. I think I've seen. I might have seen it around.
Yeah.
I believe I have. But yeah, I like where you're going with this because right now you're gaining subs at quite a fast level and you're doing well for yourself. So.
So I want to keep that growth up.
Yeah. And the last thing, people putting their parents' heights and all that.
Yeah.
I've looked at your comments, so I've just seen every single one is weightlifting.
Yeah.
Like any sort of exercise, parents' height. Yeah.
There you go, man. There you go. That's pretty much my entire comment section. Look, as much as I want to help these people, I simply cannot tell you how tall you're going to be just by judging off how tall your parents are. Because my parents are I'm not sure if you guys know, but my mom's around 5'3". I think I made her a bit taller in my older videos. She's only 5'3", 161 centimeters. I'm not sure how tall that is. My dad is only 5'6". So like if you commented, oh, my mom's 5'3", my dad's 5'6", there's no way I'm going to think that you're going to grow to 6'2". So see, there's a lot of other factors that play into height as well. And I think that a lot of people think, oh, yes, just genetics. It's just all genetics. I can't change my height. I think it's something that can be changed, especially if you do the correct things. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'd love to do a part 2 with you as well.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Yeah.
If you guys can come up with more questions to ask me, I'm happy to answer.
Of course. I'll be looking for your comment section and
send me the link to this podcast because I definitely want to watch it myself as well.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I apologize for the
No, that's okay.
Sort of not being optimized, if that makes sense.
Nah, that's all right. It's all good. It's the first time I've done a podcast anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
And I do hope other big brands reach out to you because obviously we're a small platform. We're not going to give you what you truly deserve. So I do understand that. So yeah, thank you for your time.
That's all right.
Of course.
My pleasure. Thank you for you guys' time. Thanks, Marco, for waking up early for me. I do understand. It is quite a pain.
No, sorry. It's about discipline. That's all it is.
Love it. Love that. Love that mentality.
Thank you.
All right. Good work, boys.
All right. See you guys on the podcast.